In progress.
Hello and welcome. In today's video, I'll be talking about how you can connect your Power BI to the BTP HANA database. So let me just bring certain things. Those will be required before we go ahead and try to do the connection settings and everything. So let me just come to the things that those we need. So the first thing that we need is a Power BI, and the second thing that we need is a HANA client, and third thing we need is SAP BTP HANA database that has got a view which we want to actually see in the which we want to see in the Power BI. So these are the certain things that we need. So for the first one, Power BI, we need to download it. Client, HANA client. We need a ODBC driver. So to connect to the database, so for that we need the ODBC driver for database connectivity. So these are the things that we need. So how can we get this Power BI? You can just go to your, let me just show it to you rather, because I've already done these things, so don't waste my time, showing how to work with these things. So you can just quickly come over here to the project that I'm in right now, and I've just switched the database on, and also there is uh, a project already running on SAP BTP on BAS, and okay, we have got two of it. Let me just cancel it. So just a couple of days back, what I did is that I downloaded a couple of things, and you can see that you can just download Power BI desktop setup. So quite an easy stuff. You just need to go over there and type Power BI desktop download, and you can see that it is there. If you can hit enter and just go ahead and download that thing. The moment you download it and do the setup and everything, so what you will see is that something like this will come. And another thing that you have to do is go to hanaondemand.com and hanaondemand.com, go to the cloud, and the cloud actually need to go to the HANA tools, you see, and go to the HANA tools. So this is the place where you're going to go. And here you can see that HANA client 2. Whatever the version is, Windows 64 zip file you're going to get. So once you download that zip file, so you can check out over here in the download section. And you can see I got this HANA client zip file, then I unzipped it, and finally when I got the setup for it. I just went ahead and did the setup, and finally, you know, I got the setup, and in the search over here, you need to just type ODBC64. You might get 32 as well. So you need to just type ODBC data source. You can see this is already the list, and this is the one, ODBC data source 64. That's important, okay? For a computer, because it's 64-bit, so you need to just also get that thing as well. So now let's go into the PPT and check. So we've got the Power BI, we've got the HANA client, and now we'll go straight ahead inside the SAP BTP and try to understand, because this is very crucial to actually making connection to the Power BI and what exactly you want to do over here. Because there would be a lot of restrictions that you're going to provide, because you don't want all your HDI containers table to be given to Power BI. So the restriction is actually done at this level. So very simple thing, just go ahead inside your project, and let me just remove things from here. So here you can see that we are into we are into a project where you could see there is a DB, there is nothing in the app, there is a DB, there is uh, an SRV, and we have got two CDSS files, both are different files, so actually serving different purposes. So I just want to go ahead with this test2 srv.cds. So what you can do is that you can make a file that's called as test2, where you can see that we have got two tables where we have got customers and sales orders with an association to the customers, and you can see over here that is done on the customer ID, and that you could see over here. So there is this association established between the customers and the sales orders. And we have made a left join with it and created a view, and you can see that this is how the view looks like. So so nothing very special, just a view over here. Now we want to expose this view along with its data to the Power BI. Now, interesting thing that we need to do is that we need to do certain setups in order to do that. So so that requires going to the our database. Let me refresh it. I think it must have started by now. So yeah, see, you can see that we have got this running instance of the database. So you can just click anywhere over here. That will take you to the detail page of it, and you can see it says copy SQL endpoint. So we can just go to copy this SQL endpoint, and you can see it got successfully copied to the clipboard. So I've already copied it. So you can just go into the sticky notes and check out, this is what we have copied and pasted over here. So if I do the same pasting again over here, you'll find the same credentials right now. And this is the host and the port name for our database. So no need to have duplicate of it. We already have one over here. That's enough. That's one thing. Another thing that you need to also go inside, let me just come over here and click on these three dots. And we need to go inside the SAP HANA cockpit. And here you can see that we're going to just log in as a DB admin. So let me just log out from here so that I can again log in as a DB admin. So log in as a different user. So I need to just log out, delete the cache credential for this database. Okay. So it's going to just delete the credentials, and so here I'm going to just put DB admin, and what's the password? I think this is the one. So never. Let's go ahead. So again logged in as the DB admin. Then I put the so next time when you come over here, you would be asked to actually you'll be asked to actually provide your DB admin password. So you would be putting the DB admin as the username, and the password would be normally would be the same as your trial account password. So normally we keep it the same. At the time of creation of the database, you're asked to um, create your password for the DB admin. So I normally keep it the same as my trial account password. So if you have done it in some other way, then you need to remember the DB admin password. So, and then here you see the status should be all, because the first time when you enter over here, possibly you might be in the monitoring section. So possibly you won't get anything that we are looking for. So you need to just go ahead and click all. And when you click all, you can even do search for roles over here. So it will automatically take you to the user management. And you see there is the user management section over here, because this is very important. I'll come back to this point later. For now, I'm just giving a brief of how you should go inside the user management and certain things. So here you can create your user. So you can just add and create a user. So you can see that I can hit a plus button and create a user. In the same way, I have created a user. So much of an easy task and doesn't require much of a thing. Let me just create one user for you so that you can understand how to do that. I will create the user. I'll call that as demo user. So, and then it's a default, and the email, it don't need to, and disabled, no, the ODBC access is there, so it has to be a no. Authorization mode, yeah, local and authentication, and here you have to hit on the password and give a password over here, whatever password you want to give the password over here. And also, if you don't want the user to change the password over here, so you will put a no. It says the force password chain on next logon, so you don't have to. So I'm going to say you have to hit a no over here. Once you put the password, then this thing will get enabled, and you'll hit no over here. If you want the user to change the password, then you can keep it the way it is, and nothing else is required in it. And yes, and this is how you can create a user. So and you can see that so I can just go ahead and create one for you, 1 2 3 4 5, and let's say call as a uppercase D, at least one lowercase, then I will make a small a. Minimum length of password is 8, then we can go ahead and say 1 2. So again, 1 2 3 4 5, uppercase D, a small a, and 1 2. So, and you see this thing got enabled, and you can press now over here. And if you want to even, I can't see what's written over there, but then this is how you can create a new user. And then you can save it over here. So this demo user has been created, and then you can go ahead and assign roles to the demo user over here. Now you can see the first time when you come, then you would see the public role in the grantor system over here, and this comes by default, so can't do anything about it. You can't even remove it because you don't have the permission to do that. And hit edit button, and then you can add more roles over here. So you can, if you hit add over here, it would give you a list of the HDI containers. Those are already there. Like you can see, these are my HDI containers with access role and external privileges role and those kind of things. But then it will expose my whole HDI container to the Power BI, which I don't want. I want only one thing to happen is that I want only this particular view to come and not the whole HDI container. So this is the idea. In order to do that, you have to create a role over here that's called I just named as view role.hdb role. You can just come to the DB inside the SRC folder. You can just make a view role.hdb role, or you can give it any name and you will find the same name over here. And inside that, you should have an object privilege, and this object privilege you could find on the name of the object when you go inside the view. So let me take you to the database so that you can also see from where you're going to get the name, because most of the things would remain same over here as you could see, but this might change for your own project. So you need to go to your own database, and in the view section, not in the table section, in the view section, you might see this particular name that's present over there. So if you're using a table, so instead of a view, it will become a type table. If you're using a view, it's a view. So since we are using a view, and it's called sales order customers view. So how do you find it? Go inside the database table, come inside your view section right now, and you see your views over here. So this is my view that's got lots of data inside it, and just hit the view once again over here, right click on it and just show views. I think this will do the job. Okay, so there are lots of views. Of the one that I'm interested in, I'm sorry, you have to come over here because you got the list of views inside it. So this is the one that I want to see. I will just hit open for it. So yeah, so the same way that you do for the tables, you need to right click and just open or hit, just click on it, you will still come to the same page. So right click and open, or just hit it and hit it, and it will just click on it and this thing will come. And you can see this name, view name, this is called as the app demo sales customer view. And if you come to this thing, it will find the same name over here in the roles. And then you have got the type role written over here. I tried doing it with row, but it didn't work, and it worked with the view type view. So, and for the tables, if you let's say you want to expose the table, so if you're creating a role for it, then just click on the customers, and you will see that this is the app demo customers that you're going to pass over here. App demo customers, and the type would be table, and the privileges would be just select. There are other options like grant privileges, but it will not work for you right now because it only works when you have a grantor in another project, and whenever you hit grant privileges over here, then it will be suffixed by a hash. So just for information, I'm saying it, but right now it's quite simple. You just need to go. So how are you going to create a HDB role? So there's another way to do that. You need to go to the view and command palette, this hamburger that you see over here, and then you need to just type create database artifact. You can come over here and hit the database artifact, and then if you come to this project level path, then you would see that it goes inside the SRC folder. You see that SRC folder, and then it's over here. Just click on it and just hit the back button once again. Just click on it and hit the back button so that you can delete everything. And now type HDB roles. Now you can see role, here's the view role. So this is how you can create a role, and you can pull it as a demo role. So I'll just call it a demo role, and it will get created over here. So you can see the demo role has been created, and then you know, but you can't write anything on it, and it's also coming on the graphical method, uh, on graphical mode. And here also you can just do the same thing using the graphical method. But since I know what to do with it, so I don't have to take the pain of doing it. It's exactly the same code that I need to actually put in it. That's all I want to. So I won't repeat this thing. But there is another way to deal with it. Like you can right click on it and you can say open with and use the text editor. So that way it will open a sorry, it's already view role over here. So demo role, you can hit open with and text editor. So now you can see the role and name already came over here. It shares the same demo role as the file name that you got over here. The other thing is that you need to add a couple of things that you see, like this much of a thing that you need to add, and that tells that what you want to do. So this is how you can create a role. So this is the role I created. And this another role that I created for the table. I just wanted to expose only the table. So I just tried doing it. And this is the Power BI read access role that I provided. So right now I don't need it. So you can have multiple roles over here, as many roles as you want. So imagine that we have only got one role over here that's called the view role that we are interested in right now. And after doing this, you need to hit the deploy button. I'm sorry, the deploy button is not there right now. So if you go to the demo role, because this is the only new thing that we have created right now. Okay, it's loading like that. Cancel it and just open with text editor. So you can see this button out here. You need to deploy this. If you do not deploy and come to the database over here, remember we came to this point as a DB admin, and then we just went to the user management section, and there we hit the user management and the user section. We just checked for our own roles over here. So right now you will not find any role that you have created unless what I'm trying to actually tell you is that if you do not deploy this demo role over here, it won't be visible over here. It won't be visible over when you hit the add button, the role won't be visible over here. And that code is important. Okay, so let me just show it to you how I did that. So my user is YouTube user. So if you just click on the YouTube user and leave it because we don't want to do anything, and we'll just go to the assign role section over here, much the same way I created the password and everything. And you can see there is a Power BI read access, and there's a view role over here as well. This view role that I created over here, this view role, you can see that, and I hit this deploy button. The deployment should always go correctly. If it doesn't, then you won't find the role over there. So you need to check. So when you copy the codes, you need to be copying it exactly the way I have done it over here. Okay, so yeah, this is how it should be. So once you do that and you just provide these roles to it, like it gives it gives two roles to it, like view role and Power BI read access role, and these kind of things to it. So I think I've created another role, which I don't remember at all which role I created. So another role. Let me just check. Now this user over here. This thing has got both the roles, and I've only provided the view role to my next user. So okay, YouTube. Was there some other YouTube? Don't even remember it. I need to go. YouTube user thus, and have I got more unit? Hang on for a second, I don't remember the name, or possibly this is the only user that I have. So not a problem. So he has got the access both to the Power BI access. That means both the roles have been given to it. That means it can see the table also. Let me just delete this thing. So it can just see the tables also through the role name with text editor. So you can see that. So now the user could see test DB sales order table. So we have got two tables actually, the customer and the sales, but I'm giving the privilege to see the sales order. And the type is table, and the another role is that he'd be able to see the view. All right, so up to this point, everything is set and done. Now you have to go to the ODBC now. So here you're going to type ODBC data source 64-bit. So here when you come, you need to see I've added some Dan pool, Dan test client, Power BI user. So so many of YouTube one, I don't know which one am I using right now. Power BI, Dan test client. Possibly this is the one I think that I created. How do I create it? Just hit an add button over here and go to HDB ODBC finish. So it will ask a data source name. You can just give any name like demo, and the host. If you just go ahead and right at the beginning, we got the host from the database. So you can just copy the host name and just go to the settings and paste it over here. And now you're going to test the connections. It will ask you for the username and the password. So here we're going to put the user ID and the password for the new user that I've created. So the new user was here YouTube user 12345 Dan hash. So if you are like thinking what this thing is, so let me just give you a revise on it. Like what I did is that I came over here, just cancel it. And in order to create a new user, you need to hit the add button. Remember, create user that we created, remember. So, and I provided a password and the username, like a demo user, which I gave, and the passwords. The same username and password I've made before. So that was the YouTube user. So if you had created demo user, then you would provide the demo user and the same passwords that you gave over here. So since I already created a YouTube user, so I'll be using the same thing. All right, so when you come to the setup, you're going to just put the YouTube user over here. I think it's in caps, doesn't matter, but same YouTube user, and the password is 12345. That's the problem. 12345. Rather than doing this, I'll just go ahead and use this password 12345 Dan hash. I'm just going to paste it over here. And if I hit OK, then it will say that the connection is successful. So it's such a simple thing. If you had created it with some other name over here, then you're going to put the same credentials over here to make it a success. Okay. Now your job is done. Just come to the part where your Power BI is. Now, let me just cancel it. Go to the Power BI section. I'm saying go to the Power BI desktop and let it open. Once you open this thing, so here you would see that get data from other sources. So you can hit get data from other sources. And also you can see the get data is over here too. So I'm going to, so you don't have to, if it does, this screen doesn't come, then you need to just hit this thing. Now here you need look for ODBC. So you find ODBC. So everything that's there in the ODBC will come over here, the one that you want to connect. So if you connect with a user for the first time, it will ask you to put the same credentials that you like. For example, I have a YouTube user. I'm going to do the same thing over here. So I think this is the one that is actually the one that I created with the views only to be seen in one table. So let me just check. I'll hit OK. And remember that you need to actually bear in mind that the database connection should be in a running state, otherwise you won't see it. So you see this particular HDI is coming with not all of the things, but two things. You can see the sales order view and the sales order customer view, and the test DB sales order. Not all the things are coming. So this is actually happening because of the roles that we have created over here. One role actually is the table that we are allowing it to see, and another one is the view that we are allowing to see. So you can just copy these names from the database name that I showed over here. These names, table name or whatever name you want to show, put over here. So whatever name is that, you just need to put it over here. So done it, and don't forget to deploy it, because once you create a role, you need to deploy it. Okay, so now you saw that in the Power BI, we already have these two things. Now, if you just click on any of it, it will take some time to get you the preview or whatever you got. So it takes some time for it to come, and after that, you see all the data that was there in my view inside the database is now coming over here. So if you want to load this thing, click on this, check this box, and just hit the load. So here, if you just load it, it will take some time to load, because you have to take whatever the fields you want to take from the list. So let it load, then I'll just take a couple of fields from it, and I'll try to use any of the charts. Those are visualization. Those are here, so that I could show it to you how it works. And this is how end to end we're going to work on it. So let's credit limit and the customer ID and the what is this order total amount. So, and if you want to add any of the things, so you see it's coming in the form of a chart where you have got the presentation of these things. So I haven't worked much on it, so just we can use other ways of showing it, whatever like. So you can check on other fields and actually go ahead and try to create more better visualizations for your project. And thanks for watching the video.